Well, we're back and we're talking about Randwick Melbourne Cup Day tomorrow. We're out of the park. The park's gone a bit feral with Halloween, and Dicko's had a nightclub nap, haven't you, Dicko?
Little one. Yeah, little one.
So yeah, Ned's all refreshed, and Gord's had a bit of a squiz at the form.
Got a haircut.
And a hair. Oh, yeah, I missed the haircut.
He was trying to prove that he's not going bald.
Which I'm not.
Yeah.
Luscious.
Anyway, we've got an 8-metre rail tomorrow at Randwick, which is a bit of a haircut for the track because that does suit inside on pace. And look, the upside is that the fields are relatively large, which will ensure some decent tempo in most of the races. Race 1 is, where's my map? Race 1 is a maiden over 1800, always my favourite race, the opening race on Melbourne Cup Day at Randwick. And the market is $3 polemic, or polemic if you're Mitch Manners.
Get over it, Mark.
$4.60, bet you're thinking. $6.50 hold all tickets, $8.50 San Cliche. They're the horses under double figures. And I had hold all tickets holding the lead, and Meteor Rain perhaps contesting it with her. Any interest? Gord's 1800 metres, of course, so it's out of your distance range.
It's out of my distance range, but I'm half interested in one here, and I can only ever be half over 1800 metres, and that is number 10, hold all tickets. I thought that it showed some good speed last start, and if you're mentioning as far as the track bias and the map is concerned, I think it sets up quite nicely. And what else did you say it was?
It's $6.50.
$6.50. I think that's a reasonable price because I think there's some limited horses in this particular race. The other ones I had a look at were Bet Your Thinking and Polemic, so I've pretty much found 3 horses all out of the same form race, but I'm going for the one that is going to, I hope, get a soft lead, number 10, hold all tickets.
Any thoughts here, Jack? Is there, you know these horses at all?
No, not overly interested.
I'll mention Profusive, who's run a nice last at his 3 runs back. He's been to the trials since. He's got the blinkers off, which clearly didn't work last time. He's got Gate 1 and Jay Collett. He'll improve. And Adado was very poorly ridden by Glenn Schofield last time at Hawkesbury. He's coming home for the first time, and the blinkers on. So they're 2 horses in the double figures range that I expect to do something tomorrow.
Yep.
Race 2 is 1400 metre race for 3-year-old fillies. Medaille is the favourite. Medaille's not the favourite. It's the shipper, Swampland, who ran in the Sylpheed race at Caulfield. Yes. $4 and favourite. Jake Noonan coming up to rider. $4.80 for Medaille. $6 Louboutin. $6.50 Deer Mountain. $7 Miss Ballantyne. $10 along with the other 3. Louboutin looks our leader. How sweet it is, looks to posse up. Wild Ava not too far on the inside with Deer Mountain, and Miss Ballantyne led in a Saturday race the other day. I expect it to sit just behind the speed tomorrow. Now you must have a better handle on these, Dicko.
Yeah. I'm interested in Louboutin and Miss Ballantyne. I did back Swampland.
Off the Maui win.
Yeah, at a big price, and it almost got there.
Yeah, and what does it mean? What does it all mean?
What price was it?
Yeah, $4 in favourite.
It means pennant.
I'm backing Miss Ballantyne and Louboutin for a result, maybe saving on Swampland.
Okay. Penning Swampland comes out of Melbourne form, so I'm not interested.
Yeah, but there were 2 Sydney horses there, Sylpheed and Skylight Glow. That
yes, who were Selfield was 11 to 14, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, out of its distance range. So I think whatever it did against them was complimented. And I'm interested in number 4, Louboutin. It led under pressure last start, and if you notice, realised potential was 3 wide, ended up putting pressure and pace on, ended up being OSL in the particular race.
Yeah.
I think both of them actually held on quite well. I think it's got upside after a 7:30 in the 1,050 metre trial. I think it'll improve, and I think it held on very well last start, and it's got T. Clark, who is one of the jockeys we should be trying to find.
That's right.
On tomorrow's program.
Abdallah, T. Clark, T. Anglin, Jay Collett. There's your jockey set there. Maybe J. Parr.
I'm going to have a saver on number 2, 50 Waves. It raced very ungenerously last start, so might have some significant improvement tomorrow. And it's $21.
It is $21. Look, I don't have a lot to say about this race. I mean, Deer Mountain has raced honestly since breaking her maiden win at Goulburn, and was a sitting duck there at Kembla last time. I could suggest that she could run well. And Medaille has broken through and will get a, T. Clark made her win the race at Warwick Farm, but she seems quite well discounted there. Race 3, again over 1400, this time a maiden, and Flo returning as a gelding in his second preparation is $3. $5 Silent Warrior, $6.50 Maiden China, 11 up to 14 there, and the others are double figures or longer. Maiden China looks the leader from the outside from one of the outside gates, because he's coming home and he was fairly souped up and obviously never got a crack at them first up at the 1100. I'd expect him to go well forward, and Fiery Trail will punch through there, gay up in distance. Didn't find anywhere near the speed the other day. Gord, anything here?
I like the trial of Flow. I like the fact that it's going to race more honestly this preparation after the gelding.
I love the fact
It's
that
great.
gelded.
It's the
What's so
ultimate
good about
gear
it, Joe?
change,
Well, there's
isn't
a horse later on which won by 4 lengths and then got gelded. What's going on?
it? Well, it never had the breeding to be a stallion.
Saturation
Maybe
of
I
the
don't even know
market.
which one is.
Yeah, but like if a horse has done well, we go, well, it's not gelded.
Where do you
Why would
see it
bother?
positing
What
up
I'm
in the run?
saying is,
It's gonna go back.
I look at
It's
it,
gonna go
first preparation, thought it had a little bit of ability, but it wasn't quite there. And I'm saying that when you get gelded after looking like you have ability, but you're not quite there, next preparation is a good thing. It's O'Shea, it's fresh, it has T. Clark on board, and I really liked its trial at Rose Hill over the 892, and then it had that lovely pearl of mine marks that he actually had 1,045 metre trial before its 892, so it actually got the distance in its legs in its first trial, and then was more aggressive in its second trial, which, if you notice, it took a gap and was quite strong late. I think it's a deserved favourite. It is favourite in the race.
Yeah.
And the other one, which I always had an opinion of, but it's not done anything yet, but I might have a little bit of a play around at the odds, is number 10, Black on Gold, which has shown some ability and actually has Brenton on board tomorrow, so I'll definitely won't be losing on number 10, Black on Gold.
Well, it's had the stable change from
Very
Tim
keen,
Martin to Chris Waller. It's had the I don't know what happened at the start the other day, but he was just way out of the race. And obviously, you've got the barrier trial, you've got the stable change, and you've got the Abdullah on board. So 2 ticks from me there. Black on Gold. I went looking for him. I thought he was the danger number 1. Obviously number 2, blinkers on, second up at home for the first time. Looks like a solid chance. And I thought Cosmic Engine from the Wally Yard at the 90s trials, resuming here in his second preparation. Jack, anything for you?
Yeah,
Or?
Flow. A lot along the lines of what Gordon said. I like geldings. If you're going to geld a street colt out of a reduced choice mare, well, it's a big call. It's a valuable set of nuts to rip off there.
So you know what you're doing, you mean, or you expect to get good results for it?
They expect to get some cash back from it racing it. And I think it's a talented horse. I like the trial. Keen.
Race 4 is the distance race on the card. 2400 metre race, which I got very excited by. $3.50 Katon, who's put back to back at Warwick Farm. $5 Plot Twist, broke through at Kembla, bit of time off since. $7 Cramming, $7.50 the Midnight Obsession, the Queanbeyan Cup winner. She's won her last 5, I think. $8 Soviet Courage, $8 Don Pellegrino, $9 Demisa. As you can see, Gord, you get a nice little bunched market in distance races.
Well, you should, but sometimes you don't, and that's probably the time to play.
So Midnight Obsession, I have it taking it up, and Soviet Courage was ridden positively the other day. I expected another positive ride. Look, a good team of pluggers here. Don Pellegrino was very disappointing at Warwick Farm, but prior to that was eye-catching at Rosehill. Gets gun on tomorrow, and I have bet.
Oh.
Well, it's $8. What price did it in Caton's going to run around at Warwick
Well,
Farm?
I tell you what, I'll have $33 on Don Pellegrino, Mark.
That's very good for you. That's really good.
Yeah, no bet for me.
Enjoyed that. What price is Soviet Courage?
$8.
But what is it with you and those colours? They're
Gets
your
that-
vassal colours,
it gets-
mate.
it gets-
Yeah.
It's the Frank Cook colours.
It gets a
Talked about them
positive
before.
jockey change. Gets that young kid on who's I really like.
Apparently he's only here for 2 weeks, they tell me. We spoke about him earlier on the show today, and he's on a 2-week scholarship with Chris Waller, whatever that is.
And I'm interested in it at that price.
Okay, race 5, the mares over the 1300, and what a team we have here. $5 Otter, who has run in 2 of the very slowest races we've seen at Kembla. $8 Girl Sunday, $8.50 Heir Apparent, Raitza, Sanea, $9 Kiale, $9.50 Zelda, $11 Franke, blah 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 blah. Otter I have leading, but Kiale could make a play for the lead after being very disappointing second up at Warwick Farm. What would you like to on that occasion? Did you find any excuse there for him?
I'm against her.
Have you got something to offer?
Yeah, I do. Girl Sunday. I think it might be the best horse in the race. A little bit worried about the Gerald Ryan, Andrew Atkins. Well, no. Sorry, that sounded wrong. No. I meant I was a little bit worried about Gerald Ryan and the current predicament of his stable. And I'm not a I'm not a big fan of Adrian Atkins at the moment. So I like this trials.
It'll pause you up here too.
It's slightly raced. I don't think you can get too much wrong, and I'm just going on suspicion that it's the best horse in this particular race.
Which isn't a great achievement, is it, in this race?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Anything to say, Dicko?
No, nothing in this race.
Yeah, look, Girl Sunday looks over the odds at the moment, and I unfortunately have this wretched Otter on top, but I really, it has got away with, Dagny makes her look good first start, but she had all the favours and Dagny didn't. Yeah. And then the other day, she just topped on the bunny. Gay's horse was off the bunny and under the pump, and
there are positives about it though. It'll go well.
Well, it'll go well because it's lightly raced. There's lots of these Waller things like Francais that start to get 17 starts with the 2 wins, and it's like.
I just think you win by 3.5 lengths last start. It was complemented, so I'm saying the market will overreact to that. So yes, it's a good chance, but
that's what I'm saying.
Wouldn't be a bet.
Race 6 is 1,200 metres, and Realised Potential is our favourite at $3.75, $4.40 Radcliffe, $5 Sonic Swish, who's had a stable change as well, I think, unlike Hunter Jack, who hasn't. $6.50 Vaniloquio, and $10 here. He's our Toy Boy's next best. He's our Toy Boy, would love to lead. Realised Potential will be hard on speed, and so it's written we'll probably go forward with he's our Toy Boy. I expect Radcliffe to be not too far away with Sammy Jane, and Vaniloquio is up from 1,000 after coming back from 1,350 and can be expected to race a lot closer. Anything good?
Yeah, Sonic Swish. Love freshen up into trial with this stable. Back to 1,200 metres, I think is right.
Isn't it a cockroach?
Well, it might be, but it's yet to be proven a cockroach. It's not had that many starts. 9 starts for 1 win, 2 seconds, 1 third. I'll just be quoting the RaceNet form guide there for everybody out there.
One day we're going to have someone reading the form guide, that you can read the dictionary or read the Bible or whatever they do.
Yeah. So I'm interested in it, and if I'm going to be as keen as I am on Louboutin, I've got to sort of give a chance to realise Potential as well. So they're the two I'm interested in, but there might be some other chances in the race, maybe. I'm not sure. Not with a lot of confidence.
Look, obviously Sonic Swish has had the stable change and the barrier trial, a la Black on Gold. He was in the very fast lane, beautifully suited first up on this course, and then he went to Warwick Farm, the scene of his maiden win, and was beautifully suited again. So it's D-Day for him tomorrow. Realised Potential, well, he's well enough set up. He's got a nagging suspicion he's provincial only. And for that reason, Vaniloquio was most impressive, striking the line in a 1,000-metre race, which I guess was a pot on that race, but he's travelling well for an 8-year-old horse that's come back from Hong Kong. And the 3-year-old, Jack. You want to mention the 3-year-old?
Yeah, I'm quite keen on Radcliffe. I just think it's well placed. It's a reasonable price. I like that it's coming from that race that's coming from, if you look at the form guys, Flying Artie, just shit into Group 1. It gets $1 on.
Lucky nobody can read their form guys, isn't it?
I'm keen. At that price, I'm keen.
By the way, we should mention something else.
I also, is my namesake, Bet?
Oh, do you want to mention that? Yeah.
There's a course, Hunter Jack, and it's getting ridden by Claire Nutman.
And that would be most welcome to...
Get her on Instagram, she's a 10. A solid 10. She's A grade.
Except when she's riding, right?
By the way, do you know...
Well, depends.
Well, do you know who Radcliffe has actually beaten as well?
Who's he beaten, God? Oh, yes,
Cezanne,
Cezanne, of course.
yes.
Yes, at his second start at home. Look, he was the horse that the rant mentioned or had an email about when he was knocked over 200 out from the finish 2 starts back at Caulfield and the jockey failed to protest.
Yeah.
So look, he struck a very low race here, and we've seen the 3-year-olds fly against the older horses. Morton's Fork and Acker Tour recently at a midweek program, so I suspect that this is a grade that will be quite advantageous to him.
Yeah, so he's come from a Group 3 to a benchmark 72.
Well, yeah, but oftentimes 3-year-old group races can be a little bit fickle, but I just, he's actually coming to a provincial race. So he's just got to get through Gord's tip and we'll see how that goes. But Gord has penned Radcliffe coming up from Melbourne, haven't you?
Yes, pen.
The feature, the Choisir, 1,100 metres, 150,000. I don't think it's a listed race, but this is an attempt to return to the glory days of Melbourne Cup Day when we used to have basically a Saturday card at Randwick. No one here is old enough to remember that. We've got a bit of an audience, but they're more your generation than my generation. Yeah. And Kaepernick, striving at the 1,100 again, is $4.40, $5.50 ins and out, $6 Craftiness, $8.50 Backman, $9 Brook Road, and all double figures the rest. Craftiness down in 1, How Much You Love Me in 3. They posse right up with ins and outs in 2 just behind them. Cool Ring shouldn't be too far away, and That's a Good Idea is the other one that will be probably at least no worse than 1 out, 1 back. So Kaepernick sort of gets back in the ruck here in a race that's a bit dominated by the inside draws, but the market seems to have been fairly much taken that into account.
You think? No, I think it's too short.
Against what?
Just the fact that I think it's a better fresh horse.
Okay. What are we tipping?
It seems to put one good run in, then a shit run, then another good run in.
Look,
well, I think it's an 1,100 metre horse. I think. Anyway.
Oh, I'm sort of sick about the horse I found here, but it's number 6 Craftiness.
Trialled Super again, didn't it?
Trialled Super, but yet again, but I'm just getting the inkling that this stable. See, when it ran 59 days ago, the stable was going absolutely terribly.
Yeah.
The stables actually started to show a little bit of something this time, so I'd suggest that if the stable is going right now, then this is a very good chance at the odds.
Okay, that's the Craftiness of the trials. I understand why you're looking for DF, because the lead-up race here, City Tats Lightning, same course and distance, but everything just moseyed, and Spieth sort of made them look a bit second-rate, didn't he?
Well, I really like the run of that. That's a good idea in that race, and I backed it. I follow my money most of the time anyway, but it was wide, no cover.
Yep.
It's $12 I think at the moment.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm it. I think ins and outs will one day come up and win when we're not all on it.
Yeah, he hasn't won since he led all the way.
Yeah,
It's
it
always-
sounds the track
the
sounds
market,
like it's
though.
going to suit his sort of pattern.
Oh, it will, and then the betting will.
The other
will-
two
will
I'm interested in are Brook Road and Kaepernick. But I'll be betting That's a Good Idea and maybe ins and outs.
I won't be losing if Brook Road wins.
It is a great price. That's a good idea. Race 8. What is it, Gord?
The nightcap or penultimate? It's the penultimate. Oh, he threw me a curveball.
Yeah, another one.
He threw me a curveball.
He's all over me at the moment. He'd sit up there thinking all these little things he's going to get.
Yeah.
Oh, what have we got
he
here? What
just
have we got
tries to
here?
get me all the time.
$5 Big Artie, $5.50 Miami Dade, $7 The Bull, $7.50 Sweet Redemption, and I'll just $10 Sudden Blitz. That's Glenn's horse, and $11 the consecutive winner Prince Morpheus. In fact, we've got 2 horses from the provincials here that have put wins back to back. That's the Bull and Prince Morpheus. And the Bull will be in the van here with his stablemate on his outside, Sweet Redemption. Just Dylan will be handy. Carpolican will try and slot in. Miami Dade shouldn't be too far away. Gord, Sweet Redemption, you were very keen on her at the midweeks. What happened?
I have no opinion in this race. That trial was fantastic with Sweet Redemptions. It was against what I thought were decent horses, but out of it, Flippin's failed. You know what I mean? There's not actually been any form out of those particular trials.
Yeah, and the race that failed him has been
we both unloaded on that horse.
We
took a fantastic price. We should have crunched. Did you crunch?
Yeah.
You crunched. You bloody bastard. I held the ticket. Thought it was good. Anyway, no, so not much of an opinion. I pretty much spent very little time on this race because I clearly had a scratching on top, and I hadn't had the chance to actually redo the form.
Okay.
Molly!
cheese. Just
Where's she
a
gone?
big bit of
Just
cheese.
eating the
Just
cake.
getting
Oh,
really?
that's Rory.
God,
cheese
wow.
platter.
Really?
Yeah, you've emboldened her.
Yeah, that's right.
You love the blondes,
bit
don't
of
you?
Kelpie
You
love.
love the blondes.
I like the redheads. If you're watching.
yeah.
Fucking hell.
All right, okay.
What are you saying, guys?
I'm not interested. Maybe Big Artie, but I'm not betting at this stage.
Oh, I've got a question, Big Artie tomorrow. He's 2 wins at 1,300. I just wonder whether he's barking up the wrong tree there. I know that he found the line the other day there in that,
that's all. That's
in
all
that
I've got.
in that race where that cottage thing.
What odds is Big Artie?
That's all I've
$5.
got. Hence, I'm not betting.
Big Artie is a lay. It's got Warwick Farm form.
Look, there's 2 horses here. The Bull, who has finally found his form in control in the lead,
And it's been very good to us, Mark.
and Prince Morpheus. Prince Morpheus has recovered his form on dry tracks, and he'll be last man standing here, coming back in distance. And now where are we, Gord?
Jack, come on.
The nightcap.
Oh, he's got to say it with more. If you're going to
The
get
nightcap.
yes.
The
You know,
nightcap.
if you're going to get the nightcap, you've got to say it with enthusiasm. don't you?
$4.80 Lucky Fish.
Oh, I'm assuming it hasn't yet. I'm assuming it will.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to come out. $4.80 Lucky Fish, $6 unbiased, $10 Hogmanay, $7.50 Jemadar, $11 Skillful, $8.50 our beat. I mentioned it. A lovely affair to finish the day.
Yeah?
Melbourne will be done and dusted by now, and we'll be going, oh God, have a look at these.
No, we're just going to have to find the jockeys, I reckon.
So there's no form here? You were touting Lucky Fish, weren't you, the other day?
Oh,
No.
Lucky Fish is.
Oh, who was
Lucky
touting
Fish.
the Lucky Fish?
Was not me. I hate the.
Someone was tipping Lucky Fish.
I'll bet the Doncaster
Oh,
one.
that's Robin. It's Robin.
Anyway,
But- Sorry, mate. Can you go and open the front door? I think my missus is there.
anyway, Lucky Fish will posse up. I have Alu striking the front after getting his blinkers back on at Hawkesbury and leading appropriately. Bend It Like Benny doesn't have a rider but pushes forward. Jemadar will go forward from his wide gate. As I said, Lucky Fish will poke up, and I expect Fuel to be scratched.
Yeah.
I'll be back in fuel if not scratched.
Right, so this is the horse that I mentioned was gelded after a 4-length win. That's unbiased. Unbiased. It's gelded. Our Beatnik is an interesting resumer after showing sharp turn of foot at Scone when off a short break at his first start for Waller last time in. Lucky Fish, well, he's a bit one-dimensional, but there he is. The Waco Kid, Gore, this is your horse.
That's my horse when thrown around at Canberra.
No, it used to be trained at
down the
Canberra,
bush,
and then it was
yeah.
trained by Barry Lockwood up in Queensland. Couldn't fire for him. Came to Paul St Vincent, who was a very sharp country trainer. Had 1 run for Paul St Vincent, and I expect it to run well.
Because I'd be interested. It's a horse with a bit of a dash about it. It's got to be some sort
Well,
of.
it's had one
chance,
city
so-
run, ran second to Berra Miller in a Saturday race.
There we go.
15
That's
months
Winebush
ago.
form.
Wine tails.
One tail.
Hey, she's back.
She's back. Yeah.
She's right back.
Well, I was sick
I'm
about
interested.
finding the horse I found here, which was Lucky Fish. You know.
What are you laughing
I
at?
hate that horse.
Oh?
Yeah.
Gee, that's a bit rich. That's a bit rich to be laughing at Gord's tip there. You have to
Oh,
wait till
No,
you see
he's
it.
Oh,
sick as
no,
well.
you
We're
should-
sick together
yeah,
because
yeah.
it always maps nice. It always looks like it could, but it just never does.
And it's got Dreamforce form there, and it only got beaten
Yeah,
by
exactly.
0.4 of a length by Dreamforce, but I've sort of half had enough of it, and it's so long in its preparation.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem quite
I know,
right.
and Mark Newnham to train the city winner.
Yeah, exactly. So the one I'll probably back in the race if I do bet is number 3, our Beatnik. It's a fresh horse. It's got Brenton on board.
Had the longer trial than Hogman, eh? There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
There we go. There's a few things nice about our Beatnik, but I always thought you had a low opinion of the horse, Mark.
I could entertain it here, but it's well, it's a Waller. You always got to be on your guard for Waller. don't you?
Yeah.
I'm suggesting the Waco Kid and Alu, but it's a bit rough and ready the last. Anything?
Maybe 1 and 3. But not sure if I'm betting yet.
Yeah.
I like it's gelding.
So summing up,
Race. Race 6, number 7, Radcliffe for me.
Race 4, number 8, Don Pellegrino, because I love staying races.
Oh, it's like you're being contrary, Mark, aren't you?
No, I'm not
Because
being contrary,
The
it's
best is
like-
always in the distance race.
Yeah,
No?
good.
You got one?
Oh, I don't think I do.
Okay. I'm sure we'll have plenty more to say in the next segment coming up, which is the Melbourne Cup Day, sans Melbourne Cup, because we've already done the Melbourne Cup. So we've got 8 races to talk about on Cup Day, Flemington, shortly.
And for all you youngsters out there, sans is Latin for
Without.
without.